Welcome to Boys to Men. Miklinio here with a big smile on my face. I know that I promised you I was bringing you the final game in the Europa League conference, but I'm not, because things have changed and you will understand pretty soon. You could almost say that I have solved the secret, that I have broken the game, and I know that because I say these things and everything is going to fall apart, but things are looking amazing, better than I could ever have expected. It feels like the missing piece of the puzzle has finally fallen into place. Here we go. So maybe I have made you question my sanity, made you question your own sanity, or just made you question everything. But I hope that your questions will be answered and your question marks will become exclamation marks, because this is the player we have to be most wary about going into the semi-final. Yes, you heard it correctly, semi-final of the Europa League conference. Pepe, not that vicious Portuguese central defender, but instead a similarly vicious central midfielder. But from my very brief scouting knowledge of him, he seems to possess an amazing first touch, a good passing ability, and a great vision. So the reason that I did not go for the final game is that we absolutely crushed them in the first leg. I recorded that one, but then I thought this won't be interesting at all. Let's keep going, and we kept going. So we crushed them. I'm going to show you in just a second. So now we are through to the semi-final. And you know what? I've already played the first leg, so I thought I'd mix stuff up a bit and show you how we've done in Europe. I'm going to show you how we've done in the league, and then we go into the most important game we have ever played, and I keep saying this every episode. The second leg of the semi-final against Napoli. Here we go. As I said, the games against Napoli, the first one was an absolute thrashing. Tete made it 1-0 on a Kalle Andersson assist. A couple of minutes later it was time again. Kalle Andersson, another ball through to Tete. Have we seen that one before? Kalle Andersson to Tete, 2-0. We came into the second half. Kalle Andersson again, who has been absolutely brilliant. To Kefleses this time, because Krebs is injured. I was a bit worried about that, but Kefleses shows that he wants to play as well. Holm to Kalle Andersson, scored for himself. What a season he's having, and he is the best guy in practice every week as well. Une Larsson to Eklund, and finally to Hallgren, 5-0. We did lose the second leg, but we were the better team away as well. I was a bit worried that this quality was going to be too high for us, but it wasn't. They made it 1-0, and then they made it 2-0 before the half-time break. But then we came back, at least with a goal. I got a bit worried at half-time, but Tete shot through the keeper, 2-1. And away against Napoli, this was the first game of the season where I don't think that we were the better team. They made it 1-0 through Irving Lozano, another player we will need to be careful about. He came through again, made it 2-0, and at this point I was crying and thinking we are going to get sent out of Europe. But then Krebi came on, beat one man, beat two, found Eklund, and what a screamer to make it 2-1. And in the dying minutes of the game was actually even over. Tete, have we seen him on the far post before? A 2-2 result, which we take with us to the home game. This is going to be one exciting game. But before we get there, let's see if we have conserved this form for the league as well. Earlier, when we qualified last season, we struggled to fight on two fronts at the same time. When we were good in Europe, we were really bad in the league. This has not been the case this season, because we have a better depth and we have a better quality. We faced the toughest possible opposition in the first game, reigning champions Malmö, and when they made it 1-0, I got a bit worried. But Kalle Andersson, have you heard that name? He just banged it in. Kefleses missed the penalty but scored on his own deflection, 2-0. Then we won the ball after a bad pass from them. Kefleses, he's nearly 2 meters tall. There he shows that he's able to score on the head as well. Tete to Hallgren, a bit of luck, but a 4-1 win. We went on to play Norrköping at home, and Kefleses was still the main man because Krebs was injured, and he showed that he really does want to play. He wants to have a song for his own as well, and he made it 2-0. Then they came back with a penalty, but we still won 2-1. For the third game of the season, we had to rotate a bit because it felt like we were playing games every single day. Östersund away, then you cannot make mistakes like Piconell did. So they went 1-0 up in the first half. Just after the break, they went 2-0 up. Shambles in defense. It was obvious that a couple of guys hadn't gained enough match experience. They weren't in it. So we were 3-0 down, but Kerebi came on, back from injury. I want to show to Kefleses that this spot is mine. Browning found Abraham and made it 3-2, but it was too little too late. The first loss of the season. But oh boy, did we bounce back at home against Varberg, and look at that crowd, look at that goal from Findell, 1-0 after a penalty. Kefleses in the box made it 2-0. Bit of nice passing movement here, I think. Yeah, Kefleses 3-0 after only 14 minutes, and this game was pretty much over, but we didn't stop pumping forward. In that, Hallgren Tete from long range finds the top bin, 4-0 at half time, and we came out firing on all cylinders again. Right back, Victor Karlsson made it 5-0. And then we kind of started slowing down. But towards the end, a couple of the substitutes had come on. Kefleses beat the keeper, made it 6-0. And when we play our best team, it feels like no Swedish team can catch us. Elfsborg, they were 4th in the table, I think, when we played them. We went 1-0 up. They came back. Fairly even game, even though I had the feeling that we were slightly stronger. And then Kalle Andersson made it 2-1. Kalle Andersson made it 3-1. And then, during extra minutes, Kalle Andersson made it 4-1. So then we went and drew against Napoli away before we played league leaders Djurgården at home with a slightly rotated team. Abraham 1-0. There's nothing stopping us. Findell, the ball reaches Kalle Andersson, makes no mistake, 2-0. And then in the 79th minute, Browning to Abraham finds Kefleses, made it 3-0. So our form has been absolutely spectacular so far this season, which makes me think that maybe this isn't an impossible task. Maybe, just maybe, we can go through and go into the final. And you know what? If we get into the final, then we will either play Dynamo, who we had in the group stage, or IF Göteborg, fellow Swedish team. They are playing in the other semi-final. So if we win this one, then I think we are in with a good chance to actually win the entire tournament, win a bit of major silverware, even though this is the 3rd best tournament in Europe. I know that, but it would be absolutely massive. Holm is injured, which makes us need to play Browning Lagerfeld as a ball-winning midfielder. Except for that, I think you recognize most of these guys. Wallenborg out on the left. Une Larsson is back as right back because Victor Karlsson, he is only good at running, isn't he? Even though he has become better and better, now age 20. Isherwood and Augustinsson play together, one defensively minded. Isherwood, good heading, good jumping reach, 195 centimeters tall. Augustinsson slightly more attacking, vision 10, passing 13, could at least get the balls to our midfielders. Ball-winning midfielder Lucas Browning Lagerfeld, he isn't exceptional. I would like to have another option here, and in the next episode we are going to go through the youth. We have a couple of good central midfielders coming through. Jakob Eklund, the stamina of 17 and decisions of 16, passing 13. I don't really mind that his tackling is only 8. Hopefully he can provide going forward. And the front four, the ones who are going to do it. Kalle Andersson, look at the progress on this lad. Acceleration 16, Aggression 16, determination 16, and technique 17. He needs to work on his passing. He needs to work a bit on his crossing. We have tried to work on his work rate, but not a lot is happening. But he has been phenomenal this season, only 19 years old. On the other flank, Paulus Abraham, the loanee, has been good. He has been struggling a bit earlier on, but now he's been good. He has taken over from Tete, so he's starting the game. And then just behind the striker, we have the mastermind, Marcus Hallgren, on loan from Borussia Dortmund through the entirety of this season. Then I think he will be lost for us for many, many years. Maybe we can get him back as an aging veteran, who knows. But let's enjoy it while it lasts. Dribbling 16, mentals, decision, off the ball, teamwork, vision. What a lovely player he is. And then up front, it isn't Krebs, it's Keflesu. Help me come up with the song for him because I struggle. Levis Keflesus, he's up there. Keflesu. That could work. But if you have a better ID, let me know in the comment section. Balance 18, jumping reach 20, only heading 10. But if you get higher than everyone else, then that isn't a major issue. So he's going to start. We have Krebs on the bench, though. They are two very different types of attackers. But this is the team who are going to try to reach the final of the cup and beat Napoli. Decent crowd and no early highlight. 10 minutes in, we have the ball. Could this be a highlight for us? I would love that. Valenborg with it. Eklund, don't give it away. Oh, we win it back. Thank you. A draw here would be enough as long as the draw is 0-0 or 1-1. Here's Keflesus. He's through. The keeper is out. We are in the lead. Oh, I want to scream, but I think my wife will be angry with me. So I'm just going to half scream and half whisper. Whisper scream. Browning, a substitute. Ball goes to Abraham and Keflesus. He makes me happy that I picked him. We are 1-0 up, and this means that Napoli will have to score 2 goals if they are going to go through to the final. If they don't, then it's going to be Brommapojkarna in a European final. But I feel like I'm taking things and talking about things a bit too early, because here they come. But they missed the goal. Halfway through the first half, 1-0 for Brommapojkarna. Don't make any foolish mistakes. I like that Keflesus. He is a big guy, but he can run as well. We keep the ball in the last shot. Hallgren, can he do anything magical? Can lose the ball, but we win it back. Once more, come on. It feels like this is going to be their highlight, but I hope my feeling is wrong. Hallgren, Keflesus. Oh, passing it around nicely. Nice long distance effort, but their keeper saves it. Short corner routine. Their defense don't care. Abraham sends it in. Isherwood. But a nice save from their keeper again. Top quality keeping, but top quality playing from our side as well. So we don't have to say sorry or excuse me, sir, because I feel that we are maybe not the better team, but we are at least not inferior. We don't have to say we're sorry to be in this competition. We don't have to say we're sorry to be in the semi-final. Halfway through the game, we don't have to be sorry at all because we are in the lead. And what do I tell the players? I'm very happy. Yeah, let's try that. Make them. Oh, they are inspired and motivated. All of them. Absolutely brilliant. It's like Gandhi had one of his motivational speeches. The second half is on. Kalle Andersson is looking tired. We could replace him with John Tete eventually. Give him a couple of more minutes. Towards the 60-minute mark, our first substitution will come. Let's hope and pray they don't score from this highlight, though. Let's hope and pray we score. Keflesus loses it. Koulibaly sends it up, but we have loads of men behind the ball. Which direction will this go? A tennis through. Oh, thank you. I think a drop of pee was released into my pants just there. Do we change anything tactically? You know what I'm like. I don't like to change anything tactically when I think that we are the better team. We could go slightly less attacking, or we could keep this up. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I don't make any changes and then we lose. But I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if we make changes and that causes us to lose either. So this is a bit of a pickle. I think we are going to drop mentality to positive. And in another 10 minutes, we're going to drop the mentality to balanced, I think. Chance for them. They send it in. Piconel, he's there, saves it. No mistake this time around. No foolish shenanigans. Oh my word. What in the... Did he have a stroke? He must have seen him. Does he think we play in blue? Is this my fault for dropping the mentality? Holy crap. 15 minutes left and I'm paralyzed over here. I can just watch the screen in despair, hoping that we keep this up. 5 minutes left. I don't want any highlights. Why is there a highlight? And why did you shoot from 50 yards out? I have no idea. Here they come. Piconel, nothing absolutely idiotic this time. We pick the ball up. Ekdal finds Tete. Come on. Gets to Hallgren. Keflesus. Back to Hallgren. Could this be anything? Yes! Keflesus makes it 2-1. Is it offside? No, it's not offside. Second goal of the game for Keflesus. We are 2-1 up. And I'm too excited to come up with any sort of song here. Thank you, Lord. Piconel will thank you massively in the locker room afterwards as well. Now let's pause this. A couple of subs needed. Ekdal comes in instead of Hallgren. Browning Lagerfeld is booked, so we get Gummason in. The young lad gets a couple of minutes. We drop the mentality to balanced. We drop the tempo to much lower. Passing directness to much lower. We waste all the time we can waste. Final few minutes. Keep this together. 2 minutes. 1 minute. It's over. It is over. We are through to the final. I am over the moon. Absolutely brilliant performance. We were not inferior, not in any way. And if Piconel with a rating of 6.4 wouldn't have thrown the ball to the feet of the Napoli player, then we would have won 2-0. Levis Keflesus, man of the match. We cannot keep him out of this. Maybe we need to get Krebs in instead of Abraham going forward, just to get him in the team as well. That could be absolute carnage. Keflesus together with Krebs. Okay, I don't think this could have been written in any better fashion. We go up against IF Brommapojkarna in the final in Krasdan. In Yerevan, okay. So in Krasdan, in Yerevan, we are playing for the title. It's going to be one hell of a game. If we look at the schedule, we will need to keep our heads cool, keep it together for 4 games in the Premier Division, a Swedish Cup final and a Europa League Conference final. I think you can figure out which games we will come back for. We will come back for a glorious double header, a double final. I never thought I'd say that. We're coming back for a double final and double chance to win silverware for Brommapojkarna. Things are really starting to take up here. Are we actually turning boys into them?